make today's video on the crossroads of our mind is what I call it, or the fork in the road that we oh my God, I can't talk. The fork in the road that we are met with every single day when we are making decisions or thinking, or whether you're conscious or not conscious, this is exactly what's going on in your mind. Okay, so I made this diagram here, like a little map, if you will, of how I see my thoughts every single day. And I came up with this little diagram is because I'm a very structured person. I like visuals, and I like to almost go back to that visual whenever I'm going through it on a day to day basis. And what I mean by through it is, I mean the awareness of what my mind is doing or where my mind is going. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this little clip here. So, with manifestation, we understand that we are cause to our effect. And we understand that the now moment is the ever present moment, the only moment that matters because it is where the cause resides, right? It is the cause of the effect that we are then experiencing on our 3D plane, this plane of matter, where we experience all of the things that we've created in our 4D mind in the flesh with the senses through this human vessel. And so when we understand that, we remember, okay, whenever I get a thought, an emotion, or a feeling, sensation, some kind of 3D evidence, whatever the cause may be, we understand that when we see something that's contradictory to what we want, we describe it the way we want it. We go back into our mind and we understand, okay, the 4D, my mind right now, my infinite intelligence, higher self, God, however you want to say it, awareness. There's so many terms for it, right? But you understand you are the ultimate power and you are deciding what it is that you want. So from that position, you claim what is. Here's the thing though, just because you're claiming what you are doesn't mean you're not derailing. This is where the fork in the road appears. So what people have the tendency of doing is that they claim what is, and then they lean into checking the 3D. And when you check the 3D, you immediately become aware of the thought or the emotion. Now you think something is wrong. Now you're over consuming content. You're looking at books, you're looking at videos, you're trying to reach something that will soothe that ego, because that's what you're trying to fix. You're trying to figure out, like, what can I do to calm down? You seek outside of you. You analyze, you're like a little Sherlock Holmes of your reality. You go into the past memories to validate your thoughts. You're thinking of, oh my gosh, like I'm feeling this must mean this. And you compare yourself to other people and how come, this coach has such a great self concept and why does she get that? And how does he do this? And you're worrying about timing, you're seeking for external reassurance. There's this, the list can go on. This is just a few. That right there is you 100% engaging with the 3D. Right there is when you have stepped out of your desire. And so then there you are doing all of these things and you're thinking you're being proactive. That's the ego's way of telling you, like, yeah, we're doing, we're going to get, we're going to fix, and we're going to, and you never are. Even though oh, I claimed my desire, but you didn't sit in that knowing. You didn't sit in that power of understanding what the other road tells you. I am cause. I am the power of it all. This is where the source is. Everything is okay. And you just flow with that knowing, and then you return to your present self, engaging and doing whatever activity it is that you are doing or task at hand, but from that knowing. And here's the thing. This is where people ask me, but Karina, I'm in my 4D. I decided to step into where my cause lives and I'm deciding, but I still hear the ego. You are the ego. The ego is going to come along for the ride. That doesn't mean you're not in the correct state. That doesn't mean you're not in the correct mindset. It just means that you are thinking that because you hear the ego, now all of a sudden, oh, I'm serving two masters. I'm on the other side now. Because you can't serve two masters at once, right? You can't be hot and cold. You either are or you are not. But the thing is, and I think where the confusion is that people think that because they can hear the ego, it's almost like you can hear it simultaneously while you're reminding yourself of what you have, of what you are. But everything lies in your decision and the acknowledgement of saying, like, hey, I can hear this ego. It's along for the ride, it's along to nag and give me a hard time, but I'm not going to give in. I decided to be disciplined, and discipline does not mean hard work. Discipline is commitment. It is commitment to that version of you, to that new identity of yours that you decided to be, which is why the ego is reacting in the first place, because it is uncomfortable. Guys, the ego is going to be uncomfortable. You have to be willing to be okay with being uncomfortable. As you're stating who you are, as you're declaring, as you're deciding what it is that you are now, it doesn't mean that it's going to be pink butterflies and rainbows everywhere. You're going to feel uncomfortable, and it is okay to feel uncomfortable. And it is okay to understand. And remember, the ego is along for the ride, and it's just noise. It's like a noisy kid in the background that you are just hearing, but you don't listen to, you don't pay attention to. So, with that said, I hope this video helped you guys. I'm now doing some coaching, and the link is in the description below. So, reach out if you guys want to reach out.